Just kidding. Breeze Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again, and the Lions lost. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the squad in the building. Yeah. What's good, boys? Hey, we got a ton of playoff football to react to, but first and foremost, Chicago Bears finish off hiring their staff. Felt like a pause. Maybe not.
Yeah, you say. Yeah, I was trying to.
I felt like there's too much emphasis on staff on that one.
Too much emphasis on
too much
staff.
emphasis on staff.
Yeah,
it was crazy. But hey, listen, they get their staff in place. They've got the entire team ready to go. Relax. They got the entire team ready to go, and now we get to start the offseason. What are we going to expect from this new coaching staff? Got to talk about that. Some free agents. Joel's got a free agent that he really wants, and I'm just gonna cook him on that topic.
You can't get in my kitchen. You ain't cooking nobody.
I'm cooking, man.
You ain't cooking.
I'm cooking out here.
No,
and then, of course, reacting
hard
to the games, all that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Shout out to the squad in the building. We got the man, the myth, the legend, formerly known as Ringo J. Stefan Adon, sitting courtside with us out here. Of course, the super producer Joel Holt in the back, who is stressed and tired, basically, at this point.
Not tired nor stressed.
I'm
just glad to get stuff done. That's
I feel you. Of course, C-Dub in the building, always rocking with us, running the cameras. In the back, we got Drew in the cut.
Oh, yeah.
It's not Jay in the cut. It's Drew in the cut. And then the host of the Chicago Bears, Breeze. And the man who is hot and ready.
Hot and ready. I'm going to be coming fast. All right, guys.
My God.
I'm head out.
Jordan JC, ladies and gentlemen. Jordan JC. Coming in hot and ready, as he said.
Wait to use that
on his video.
We didn't even get 2 minutes in.
That was, it was, well, he didn't either. It was a minute 25. It was a minute and 25 seconds into the video.
Hey, well, technically, in JC's defense,
Oh my goodness.
the Chiefs got to win in 13 seconds. So never let anybody tell you that 13 seconds isn't long enough.
Hey, yo, shout out Ringo. Wow. All right, boys, let's jump in the show. All right, let's jump into the show.
Oh man. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, what a start to the pod, boys. How are you guys feeling, man? I'm glad to be
good.
here.
I'm good, man.
Good Monday.
Also,
it's a
shout
good
out
Monday.
to Kid. We miss Kid.
Yeah,
Kid's
man.
busy.
Yeah, big shout out to Kid. Kid out here
Yeah.
providing for the fam. Can't never hate on that.
Yes,
sir.
One love to
Yes,
our
sir.
brother, man. He'll be
Shout out
back in the
PK.
building. I believe next or
I said next week. I guess.
next week, pretty much. So
Next
he'll
week.
get on for a couple episodes this week. Probably be back fully in action next week. So it'll be good to have him back in the building, man. We miss his just terrible opinions sometimes. But let's talk about this, right? The Bears finally finish off putting together their coaching staff. Shut up. And I believe that now we can start to look at kind of the direction that they've gone in the offseason. You see there, Matt Eberflus, Eric Washington, Shane Waldron is the guys that you're going with. I love the Shane Waldron hire because I believe that it speaks to quarterback development. I've talked about that on this show a couple of times. I now feel the same way about Eric Washington, who has had ties here in Chicago. But when you look at going back, what did the Bears need last season? You look at the DB room, fine, loved it. Thought there was a lot of good things there. You look at the linebacker room, fine, loved it. Thought there was a lot of good things there. Eric Washington, former defensive line coach and assistant head coach, two things that we feel could be very useful here in Chicago. He now comes in and he takes on the role of Chicago Bears defensive coordinator. With this staff now in place, do we feel like the Bears have the right mix moving forward? Are you at
Hold
least
on.
hopeful?
Real quick. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Breeze Nation.
Shout out
They were like,
chat,
what
shout
about
out
us,
chat.
man? Hey, we need y'all. We
Big
need a
shout out
Breeze
to Breeze
Nation.
Nation. Big
Jay
shout out.
Grizz, what's happening? Baki, what's happening? All
Baki
the
in the
Breeze
chat.
Nation.
Tana in the
Crimson.
building.
Let's go.
Back in the building.
What's happening?
Yeah,
Bob
Tana.
Chimney. Yep, Chimney. There you go.
Hey, you gotta make sure you say it right.
Hey, Rex. We see y'all rocking with us, man. Appreciate y'all.
Get
V
them
Dog,
mics up. Get
my
them
man
mics
V
up.
Dog. Let's go. So yeah, to your point of the question, I like this staff. I think from, like I said before, we're talking about hiring guys that aren't like we were looking for a job and just trying to get in here. The fact is that, with Eric Washington, he's part of a defense. Yeah, I mean, he was a long time Panthers coordinator. Well, he was defensive line coach.
Well, he was a
defensive
coach for them for a long time. Yes,
but he's part of that. That they had a nice defense for a long time, and then with the Bills, like everywhere he's went, he was with Lovey, I think that was 08 to 2010.
What's his, I was talking with Lance today, and Lance was very excited with that Coach E, as he calls him, Coach E, got the job with the Bears. Felt like he was a guy who was really in a good guy to bring in this situation, a guy who fits well with what the Bears want to do here. So, I mean, listen, I think that Eric Washington brings to you, again, that development aspect that we didn't see last year. We needed to see more development from the Chicago Bears as far as the defensive line. Javon Dexter, Zach Pickens. DeMarcus Walker's still on this team, guys. I know we forgot about him.
DeMarcus Walker isn't bad.
Or not, I'm sorry, not DeMarcus Walker. Dominique Robinson is the name that I was thinking there. Dominique Robinson.
He did kind of take it back.
Yeah, I mean, like I know we've kind of forgotten about him, but Dominique Robinson's still on this team. Still need that development at the defensive line position. I'm excited by this hire. Ringo, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, man. I'm excited by this hire as well. I mean, you bring Eric Washington in. He's been in this building before. Like you said, he's gonna bring into the fold the development of the D line. And then you talk about, again, if you go into the draft, there's a couple of teams that have premier guys on the defensive line that you may be looking at.
Yeah.
So if you couple Eric Washington with the development and at least one of those primetime guys on the D line, you're talking about now you're accelerating the clock for a Zach Pickens, a Javon Dexter, or Dominic Robinson. So I mean, listen, it's all just pluses, and also you take into account the fact of Shane Waldron. You turn around, he's able to develop a QB, whether you go Justin or you go Caleb. These guys are both adaptable, which, again, going back to the action meetings, this is something that these guys talked about that they wanted in the building, and I believe that they got that through an extensive search.
Yeah, I mean, a lot less extensive for a reason, though, right? I mean, when you look at the fact, and I, as Jordan is, right, resident host of the Chicago Bears Breeze, when you know that now Flus is calling the plays again, does that give you more confidence in whatever DC you had coming into the building?
Yeah, but I called that. I told you this hire isn't really about. We already know what the defense is going to do.
Yeah,
he's just here to help, and they already said if he's calling the plays. So this is just another person that probably gives some good experience. It looks like he's had experience in this type of 4-3. If he went from Lovey and then went with Chico, because that's pretty much where he went.
Yeah,
he's been part of that type of defense. Hopefully, he helps bring a level of aggression where we can continue to dominate for the defense. So
I love your name's not Jordan.
What happened?
I think he's asking. He threw the question at me.
Oh, well, go ahead, Jordan.
But no, we good. We good. Hey. We're both Jays.
They're all looking back like,
hey, me and Ringo just like, man, Jordan really in high voice today.
Hey, man.
Well, he didn't jump in. He got here.
There's usually a top hat involved with Jordan. We don't know.
Hey, but you know what the good thing is? I stay hot and ready.
Hot and ready.
There you go.
Coming
Hey,
fast.
I'm sorry, I had to play along with that.
That drop is gonna
but
be in there
anyway,
forever.
no. You know what? I really love this hiring. Overall, I love the hiring of the entire staff just because of the experience. That's the biggest word that comes to mind with this staff is experience, track record of actually being successful in their roles. But in particular with Eric Washington, I mean, like Joe kind of mentioned earlier, he's had a defensive end or defensive line stint with multiple teams, starting with Chicago, and his teams have ranked pretty good or pretty high in sacks since 2010. Just go down this list real quick. When he was with Carolina, I'll start in 2013. They ranked first, 13th, 6th, 2nd, 3rd, 27th, 2nd, 15th, 11th, 14th, and then last year with Buffalo, forth. And so that's one of the things that we saw improve when you got Montez Sweat in the building. You immediately saw an increase in the pressure, in the quarterback hits, in the sacks. Everything took a tick up. And so even if Matt Eberflus is going to keep probably calling the defensive plays, you like that you got a guy like him in the building to solidify that line and the pressure that we're going to put on quarterbacks.
Yeah, I said
Very
this,
nice.
I said this. Yeah, I mean, he sounds great, man. If he could do a Joel impersonation, it would be phenomenal. No,
Hi, Dad.
That shit, Joel impersonation.
That's the first thing that came to mind. He's always
No,
shout out to Ron O.
Joel got it. Joel always got that. This is super producer Joel.
Bro, I was
City
laughing when the intro came on because he definitely looked like that's what he was saying.
Oh yeah.
In
Oh,
that
for
thing.
sure. Oh, in the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Joe Holt. I'm the super producer.
Shout out to Mike Davidson with the super chat. Said, "What up, Breeze? The Senior Bowl is a much watched this year. This weekend rosters are loaded with prospects this year. The game is going to be insane. Don't forget the East-West Shrine game too. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting, kind of to see some of the young pieces that are coming out in this draft, right? But I think the number one thing for me that I'm really looking for is the word that I've used for two guys, Eric Washington and Shane Waldron, is development. Development to me is the name of both of these guys' game. And it's the one thing that as Chicago fans, we have not seen on a consistent basis.
We haven't seen it in years.
Yeah.
We've been looking for development since 2-3 quarterbacks ago.
I was going to say.
It was
That's
a long
right.
pause. Like, when was the last time we had a person in the coaching staff that actually could develop and grow talent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been saying.
I think but also what it is that we know what our identity has been on defense. We just never have established an offensive identity, some type of system, some type of like, this is how we're going to develop this. And hopefully with Waldron, we're adopting. We tried to adopt a system, but we didn't have a guy I think that knew how to work it. And so we got to get all these pieces, people in place.
Yeah, we'll see what it ends up being. I like the fact that this staff is focused on the positions that we needed most. Right? Like you talk about Shane Waldron. Shane Waldron's a guy who there's some things about his game you don't like. The fact that he runs the ball so little, the fact that he doesn't go out there and and have a ton of adjustments second half. There's some things that sound very, very Luke Getzy-ish, right? But when I look at the fact that everywhere he goes, the report is he gets the most out of his quarterback. Every stop he has, he's going to get the most out of his quarterback. That's what I think the Bears have been missing.
That is encouraging.
That's the part that's encouraging. Eric Washington, of course, with the
let me,
defensive line. And so
Go ahead,
I
throw
think
this coaching tree up here while we're talking about it.
we got the coaching tree on the screen here. Yeah. I mean, you look at it. We got most of the positions filled out. I think the running backs coach is going to be interesting. I think that the wide receiver coach, of course, is going to be interesting as well. But you want to see more. You want to see more, and I think this is a staff that actually can give you more.
So
what we've
they're
seen.
saying that so what's happening, we're still waiting to get our internet in. So please bear with us. Hopefully another week, we should have our stuff up and running at tip top premium performance. This is Joel Holt, super producer.
Oh yeah.
I approve this message.
I approve this message.
I approve this message. We're having a blur. Sorry about that. From the super producer.
Hey man, but you know what, man? This is an exciting time to be a Bears fan. And you alluded to it earlier, this is the first time we get an opportunity to really focus on the offense. Like I've been alive for 38 years, man. In my entire life, all I've known the Bears to be is defense, and more defense. And that's cool because you need that. Defense does set the foundation for winning, but you need offense, and your quarterback is what's leading the way in that. And I think having Shane as your new OC, as being able to kind of help develop, whether that's Justin Fields or Caleb Williams, whatever direction Poles decide to go in. Honestly, this is the direction that we've been craving for our entire lifetime. And we can actually say we could be a modern team compared to all these teams because we're actually developing and trying to make our quarterbacks or our offensive system better. So it's an exciting time to be a Bears fan at this moment, man.
Y'all jokers always trying to come for your boy. I got Regent Oracle over there, Eric. Like, look, I can't get Comcast is trying to get here. They got a tunnel of wire in here, and I get construction done. It's been a nightmare trying to get this internet here.
Listen, need more pictures.
To speak, actually, to
that's when you
piggyback.
stop calling
Joe,
yourself
Joe,
super producer. Then
Yeah, Joe taking these comments
So now I
personally.
gotta-
Y'all leave Joel alone. Y'all leave Joel
I
alone.
know.
you gotta backtrack your name to regular producer, not super producer.
Hey, cut his mic off.
Just for this week.
No, but the piggyback. The problem is it hasn't been consistent.
Like this
Like,
internet.
Well, correct.
All roads lead back to Wi-Fi.
Leave me alone.
No, you.
Hey, look, the internet's coming.
Coming fast.
It's coming fast.
Oh yeah, there we go.
So
I got one more time to use that.
Hot and ready.
all right. So the point is that we have not had consistency.
Yeah.
That's the issue. Like, what's funny is when Trestman came here, we actually had a really good offense. And when who was the quarterback? Not Cutler, but the other one. When Cutler got hurt, was it Josh?
Oh, Josh McCown.
McCown was
McCown.
slinging
Yeah,
that.
Josh
motherfucker.
McCown.
It was solid.
Brandon
It was
Marshall,
solid, yeah.
we were looking good. Our defense was terrible.
Yeah.
But like actually, Emory had rebuilt the offense in one. I think he got Martellus Bennett. He got Brandon Marshall. Like we actually had an offense, but we had no defense. And then with Nagy could not develop a quarterback. And actually, John Fox got here. He wanted to probably go with a different direction. Like it was.
Well, he wanted to go Deshaun Watson, but Ryan Pace put on a hoodie. and
Didn't he-
snuck
you know what?
into
Didn't
the,
he-
He
yeah.
wanted a veteran. He
Didn't
wanted a
even-
veteran.
He said if he wanted Deshaun Watson, they didn't even call him.
Yeah, he wanted Deshaun Watson.
Didn't
Yeah.
even.
What you
call
mean you ain't called
He was
Deshaun?
literally gonna call Deshaun. He was gonna draft Deshaun Watson. That's the quarterback he wanted.
Yeah.
He had the ties, of course, back in
We got a troll in here. ESPN reporting the Bears are eliminated from the 2024 playoffs. Thank you.
But no, it's a you can pull the comment off the screen there, Joel. You got
I didn't put it on there.
who put the comment up there?
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry.
There
You know what?
there you
I
go.
did that.
There you go.
Let me take that
Yeah,
off.
there we go.
Anyways.
But
go
no,
ahead.
it's gonna be, to me. I feel like now you're at a point, like you said, where there's going to be some consistency, there's going to be some development, but there has to be quick results. This ain't you taking your time. This ain't, oh, we got all day to do this. No, you gotta hit the ground running. You got to come out with a dub immediately, right? You have to go into next season, and you cannot take steps back. That's the one thing about this staff that I am excited about. I feel like this is a group that is prepared to hit the ground running no matter what.
I totally agree with that. They're trying to win now, which until they make a move, Justin Fields is our quarterback. They got a coordinator in here if he made your boy in Seattle look good, then why couldn't he make ours?
Revived his career.
And then I even think the wild part about that is that too, right? Even like Joel was saying and C-Dub, like you turn around, Russ leaves, and then it's like, okay, well, we needed to get rid of him. His time has passed. What do we do now? And for Gino to come out of the gate looking like that,
Yeah.
and kind of sort of get them to borderline playoffs and so on and so forth.
They got in. They wasn't even borderline.
Yeah,
they got in the playoffs last year.
Thanks,
they get in, and then I think this year, they're right on the cusp of it. He's got those results out of Gino in 2 years, so it's like for him, I was saying recent memory, this is definitely a good pickup.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Now we got to see what these guys are going to do with some of the talent that's going to be out there.
Yep.
Want to talk about the free agents coming up here because Joel's got a free agent in mind that he thinks the
Why are you
Bears.
calling me out?
Yeah, because you keep picking running backs. That's why I'm calling you.
I want a
'Cause you keep
specific.
picking-
Hey, Joel,
running.
I'm with you, man.
Yeah, get it. You stay
Specific.
quiet over there
I
because you
want
can't even pay the
talent.
running back. He won't.
I just
But
want.
we'll talk
talent.
about that coming up. But first, we got to tell you guys all about Underdog Fantasy. I want to tell you guys about the easiest way to get in on this final upcoming week of NFL action. It's Underdog Fantasy and their pick'em game. Just pick higher or lower on your favorite or least favorite players and stats. You can win up to 20 times your money in a single night. Underdog keeps it super simple with their ease-to-use website and mobile apps. Pick between 2 to 5 players to fill out your pick'em entry, get every pick right, and take home some cold, hard cash money. Use the promo code TWCB to get your first deposit doubled up to $500 by Underdog. See, here's the thing about Underdog Fantasy, right? There is no season-long drafts. There's no sitting there and, we got to do the entire season. Nope, there's no stress of the league. No waivers, no trades, no lineup setting, which is great because when you play in Joe's league, it's just the wild, wild west. You just in there, right? Somebody gets hurt, you can pick up the running back that minute. I mean, it's crazy. He's picked up 17 running backs in his league. So you got to watch yourself over there. Underdog Fantasy lets you draft your fantasy team in minutes. Sign up now with the code TWCB, and you'll double your first deposit up to $100 in bonus cash. When you make your first deposit of $10 or more, deposit $100, get $100 free. With their slick mobile app and user-friendly website, you have no problem jumping in and drafting your team. Pick'em games can win up to 100 times your money in one night. So make sure that you get on the app, tune in, sign up with the promo code TWCB, and tell them Pat the Designer sent you.
I'm mad at who was that? He said, my man, where is he said? The Scrolls. Visit your local GM dealer and drive with Shanghai Shark. Busted Chico drive.
No, he did it like
This is Super Producer signing off.
Hey,
Tell him the Super Producer sent you.
tell him the super producer sent you. Tell him Pat the Designer sent you. That's better than what I said earlier when we was practicing for the ad read.
Yeah.
But I was like,
It's
it'll
all
be
good in the hood.
All
All
good in
good.
the hood. I'm like, what the heck? I immediately was just like, why the heck did I just go with that bar? I don't know,
Back
man.
to you, homeboy.
Back to you, homeboy.
Homeboy Shopping Network is back in effect.
you gotta do it like Cap do it.
Hey, man, 144 in the building, 38 likes on the building. Let's hit
get
that
them
like
likes
button.
up,
Let's
get them likes
subscribe
up.
to the page. We appreciate all you guys for tuning in and showing love. Now, Joel wants to make his case for why the
Oh,
Chicago
my-
Bears
All right. This dude.
should go after a running back.
Let's do it, Joe. What you got?
First of all, I just said if Saquon's there, I want Saquon.
Let's
I
go.
want a multi-talented
At what price?
running back that can catch
Too
the ball in the
expensive.
backfield. No, not at the not at the
I
detriment
got
of
$3
building
million
our
for
team. Yeah, I'm just saying I would like to have Saquon. There's not a lot of free agents I want, period, because most of these guys aren't really. I haven't really looked at the incoming like free agents that's coming out this year, but I
There's some good
prefer
ones.
the I don't want us to eat up the whole cap trying to sign free agents neither.
So the question is, should the Chicago Bears go out and sign Saquon Barkley?
No.
I didn't even make a graphic for that. If I would have made that, that's what we're gonna have a topic.
I mean, we literally talked about this topic, though.
Yeah, that was earlier today. The whole point was that dude, the impact that Christian McCaffrey has on San Francisco would almost be similar to what he could do in this offense if this is a similar offense that the Bears will be running.
See, to me, here's the problem. I would say maybe you go out and get Saquon if like we sucked at being a running back, right? Or sucked at being a running football team. The Chicago Bears were second in rushing this season.
Yeah.
The Chicago Bears were a top 5 rushing offense. Like I'm not getting why we need to go out and get. We need this dynamic running back. We need.
But I mean, Justin might have been part of the reason why they was top 5.
Well, not
Of course, he's a
necess-
part of the reason.
Not as much as the year before, though.
A lot, yes, definitely a lot less. But I mean, like we're sitting here talking about going out and getting somebody like Saquon Barkley when guess what? We don't have a guy that can snap the football to a guy that you can turn around and hand the football off to the
Really?
guy that's going to get a football
Really,
to Saquon Barkley.
Really, this is
Like
what we're
that-
doing. This
yes.
is what we're doing.
There are other
You don't think
positions
we're going to address
that
this
you
in the
need
draft?
more-
You don't think we're getting a center?
you-
They
you-
got a bunch of
So
centers.
you going into next
We're
year
going in the
with
draft.
a rookie center?
We're going into the draft.
You're going.
And we're going to get some centers.
So you
we're
coming
going to
out
get
of-
a left tackle. We're going to get a center,
Uh-huh.
and we need a 3 technique for
Uh-huh.
sure. I need those 3 for
We don't
sure.
even know- what if we take a quarterback?
I don't know. I don't.
So
think we need a
then,
quarterback.
it's less.
I'm trading
less
that pick
draft
down.
capital.
I'm getting all my. I'm so torn between this dude because we're gonna talk about this. It's something I wanted to bring up when we talk about recapping the games because I had to thought about this quarterback situation. It's starting to bother me.
Yeah.
So in Joe's defense,
Y'all don't even want him.
I'm in Joe's defense. No.
They don't even want him. They
We need
said,
a guy.
"Oh,
We need the dude though.
What did he make this year? 14 or 13? What was his franchise tag?
No.
Jordan?
No, it was like 10.
It was 10. Yeah, 10's a lot.
It was like 10.
10's a
No,
lot.
no, but in Joe's defense, this is where I think that it would help. If with the running backs the Bears already got, you're talking about a Khalil Herbert and a Roshan Johnson.
Yep.
It takes his workload down. It'll take his workload down, which in that sense, it'll make Saquon more effective. The reason why he was healthier than he's ever been in those past seasons is because one, I mean, we had a okay line, but then after that, you also got a decent back, like a decent backup. Like Matt Breida was a decent backup to kind of spare him in the sense that, okay, we didn't need him for all 3 downs or all 4 downs. He's capable of you run the 2 downs. He could take a break. Maybe Breida could be our 3rd down back. So in that aspect, I can kind of see what Joe's talking about because they do have a similar him and Christian McCaffrey would have a similar workload because you got to remember when they were both at their peak, Saquon had a year where he had 2,000 yards from scrimmage and 90 catches.
But he's all the offense.
As a running back.
Let me ask you this.
And he wouldn't have to be all the offense either because you got DJ Moore, Justin Fields, or Darnell Mooney or whoever else you're going to pick up.
What does prioritizing a running back right now do for you, though?
No. It's about having another weapon.
Yeah,
I'm looking at Aaron Jones.
It's just about, accelerating the offense.
I just want some yak. Yards after the
you can
catch.
get that with Roshan when he's implemented into the offense more next year. You can get that with Roshan.
I like Roshan, but he just doesn't.
They don't give him enough
No,
chances.
you want a hot name running back.
I want a home run hitter.
You know what?
I want a home run hitter.
Hey, you know when home run hitters start to show up? When there's massive holes created for him to run through.
All right.
That's when you get home run hitters.
I understand that, but when you get a guy that's not, yes, we need offensive line open holes. I'm not saying put Saquon in there and let him get his head beat in like Walter Payton back in the 70s. I didn't say that. I'm just saying that I want him where we have a good line, and now he can really do more than just try to run for his life. He can actually be an asset or a weapon.
Yeah, but how much
he's
you think
special?
you're getting Saquon at?
But I just
So
said
what's
I'd
the
like
money?
Saquon.
Spend that money. Spend that money on your defensive end.
Here's the thing that I'll say, right? Saquon was special.
Now he was special.
Saquon was
All
special.
Well, I mean, yeah.
What?
The numbers do state that.
Saquon
What I would
is now
like-
2 major injuries into his career.
He still is.
He's okay. He's 2 major injuries into his career,
What?
right?
Yeah.
How old is he now? 25, 26? So that means I got 4 more years before I'm getting rid of him.
That's all you need.
4. That's all you
it's 3
need.
years
How
for- it's 3
many
years to
How
build a
many?
team.
But
We've had this conversation.
Listen. So now I got to pay you how much a year? 10 mil a year? So I'm giving you $40 million for 4 years?
After
more than
after
10.
the
I'm not
4,
paying
more than
I have
10.
no problem
After
spending
the-
McCaskey's money.
After the 4 years you're talking about giving him 40?
No,
No, he's
40
doing
what?
over
I'm talking
10
about
now.
you going to have to pay him $10 million a year
He's
minimum
over 10
now.
now. He's over
But
10
what are
now.
you getting from that?
Oh, yeah.
Aren't
Saquon,
you? But you're getting a dynamic player.
At
you're
12 million?
Everybody's talking
you're
about
spending
what are we talking
$10
about?
million a year
Okay,
on a dude that wasn't the leading rusher this year.
yeah, because they had no quarterback.
We can come up with whatever reason
They didn't
you
have
wanna
a
come up-
quarterback, Pat.
We
But-
don't
but-
know if
but-
we got a quarterback.
But that's a
We had a
fact,
better
though.
quarterback. They
That's a
actually was
fact,
kind of
though.
there.
But I think that's the thing, right? We got to figure out where we need to prioritize our money to. $10 million ain't no little
Look,
bit of change.
What you're not going to do is overreact to the fact that I would like to have Saquon. If we get him, that would be great. If we don't, I'm
'cause
not
you was
going
like,
to
you
cry.
was like, I think that we should go after because
I didn't say
hey,
that.
You know
do
what
not
it is.
put.
Nope. We should go after
I'm ready.
Saquon
I'm
Barkley.
ready.
That's exactly
Nope.
what you said.
Coming fast.
You're
with
coming way too fast with that. That is not what I said.
I'm coming in hot.
You're coming in hot. All I was saying was I would like if I would go after him as a free agent. I would, but I'm not saying we got to get him. But if we were to get, I would love to have
So
him.
what number you bringing Saquon in?
I guess I'm the one wearing the GM hat, right? I don't know. I guess it depends on the cap where we at. So if he's 10 million, it would be, of course, ideal if we can
He
find
was
someone.
10 million this year.
Okay, let me ask you this: what player of that caliber, since we didn't get Bijan, of that type of running back,
You didn't cry.
who's like that coming out in this draft this year?
Nobody. I
Nobody.
mean, Blake Corum is nice out of Michigan, but
Blake
nobody
Corum,
really-
he's like a solid. He's like a
nobody-
little snake. ain't he?
Blake Corum is nice.
But look,
Blake Corum is nice.
this is why.
He does everything.
I'm looking at Aaron Jones in Green Bay,
Mm-hmm.
tandem with I think it's Dylan. I'm looking at what
AJ
San
Dillon,
Francisco did with McCaffrey,
Mhm.
tandem with really is Debo. Like we're talking about guys that can catch and run. It's just I'm just looking for how fast can we
But
get
you're
those
also
guys?
talking about teams that had the rest of it already.
That's the key.
Yes,
That's
but
You're
the
talking
key.
about
you can
teams
afford to
that
go
that's the
for one of
key.
those guys versus everybody else as we're trying to draft and find in the draft. There's only so many you're going to find that can actually hit.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. At some point, you got to pay Tevin Jenkins. Not
Yes.
this year, but you're gonna have to pay Tevin Jenkins.
Right.
You got to pay Jalen Johnson.
You know what's funny? I thought about this.
You could tag him now.
I think we should.
No, I'm not tagging him. I'm
No.
paying him. He's 24 years old.
Hey.
His 24 years old is younger than Saquon Barkley's 26 years old for 26 million
But look, has not
or
Ryan,
for 10 million.
has not Ryan Poles shown us that he can draft a cornerback? He's drafted 3 of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But why would you get rid of a cornerback you've already developed? You pay him.
But you could.
You
He,
pay him.
well, he was under pace. But if you can trade and get some value out of him,
I think his best 2 seasons been his last 2 years.
I didn't say. I hear you.
Yeah,
But
it
the whole
feels like
point
you
is
said
about
that.
the cap. The whole point is about fitting this team to fit under a certain cap amount, right?
Yeah.
So my point is this: if we can draft, we know that scouting department is really receivers low, cornerbacks very high.
Yeah.
So we know we can get a cornerback.
They can't miss this year. It's like
here's
so
my-
many receivers in the first round that are good. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, here's my argument going back to what Ringo said as far as the whole Saquon bringing him in and thinking that he's going to like make a huge impact or move the meter as of right now because he's an older running back now. And then too, if you're going to tell me that you're bringing him in with over 10 million that he's already getting paid and you're not going to use him as a bell cow, but he's going to be a part of a committee just because you're fearing that maybe he could get a third major injury, then I don't need him. That's not moving the meter for me. You have other areas of need that you need to address in this free agency coming up. You got Chris Jones that's up there as that 3 technique that you need. You got the guy from Jacksonville, Josh Allen. You got Brian Burns possibly from Carolina. You have other people that are going to fulfill or fill those positions of need that you need to address way more than the running backs that we have.
Like, you know, we might need to go to the graphic with the roster real quick.
You got a roster graphic?
Okay,
Let's see
we
if
got a
the
roster
internet
Can I
allows
update
it.
that real quick.
Hey,
allows
you
it.
gave Eddie
Okay.
Jackson the red.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
You still missing Jalen Johnson in the
I didn't update. This is the older one. I'm sorry, but the whole point.
Jalen
is this.
Johnson's actually a Pro Bowler. Like he went.
I know
from,
you.
He went from
he actually
good to gold. He's actually gold.
He
now.
actually is gold. The point is that we need a center. I think we need a left tackle. We need a 3 technique. My point is that with Saquon, no, I didn't say I won't. Even he got here, that's our guy. And then you can spell him with Roshan. Khalil Herbert, he can't block. He's pretty much like he's limited in what he can do.
He's I'm gonna turn around and hand you the ball.
But what he does is that he doesn't trick the defense. The problem is like we know that basically means we know when this dude's in there, this is what they're going to be running.
Yeah.
Because they pretty much used Roshan practically as a decoy for blocking.
He wasn't a decoy. He was in there to block.
He was, but I'm saying like we know
Man, that technique was crazy.
we know that he's there to block. We know that when he's in the game, it's just like the dumb stuff we used to deal with. If Devin Hester was lined up with this, that means they're doing this. It's like they don't have the ability to trick anybody because it's like their personnel isn't that they don't scare anybody. All right, well, if Herbert's in, he's not doing nothing because he can't block.
You do have a point, Joe. I will say that if you do have Saquon,
I was surprised if all of us.
He will change the offense, but right now you have too many holes to spend that money in your cap on that. Next year, if we are on the cusp of being contenders, then you bring in a Saquon.
Dude, the way this team is
because you got to
think
think about
go
where are you going to pay a veteran to come in? Are you paying an edge? Or are you paying a 3 technique? Neither of those positions are cheap. Are you paying a starting center to come in? Yes, we can address it in the draft. That don't mean that a starting rookie center is going to be ready to go. They had a starting rookie center they had a rookie center in Seattle this year, and they brought in Bobby. It's only like I did Seattle starting center. I only did a video on him today. That's fine. I can't think of his name.
Roro
Jones, whatever his last name Jones is. But he's basically a Lucas Patrick piece that they signed for a year.
Okay, but
you know what I mean? Like you got to figure out what positions that aren't here that you're gonna. What you doing with a safety? You going to draft another safety, or
yeah.
you going to go get a veteran safety that's a little bit cheaper on the market?
Well,
there's still some pieces that you got to go out and pay money to. I ain't got $10 million for a running.
No, this is what we're going to do.
Minimum $10 million.
This is what we're going to do. What we're going to do is go ahead and break down this squad, and we're going to do the whole little free agent. We're going to play the little cap game and see how we would build this team and see what room we actually have, because there are some cap casualties coming up. Eddie Jackson appears to possibly be
Bojack's probably going to be cap casualty.
That's like, was it 12, 13 $million?
No, you say you get about
it's
9.
like
you get about 9.
I think it's 18, and he gets it's 18.
It's 18. His dead cap is 9.
Right, and then your boy, the center, Cody Whitehair is a possible cap.
Cody Whitehair is a definite.
That's
cap.
a big.
It's not a possible.
Like there's a big. You getting some money back.
Yeah.
So like I think the point is that there is some flexibility, but with this draft coming in, they're going to build this team through the draft for the most part. But by doing that, you can afford to spend on 1 or 2 different free agents. We can't, because they're talking about Chase Young possibly coming here. How much money is he going to want? I don't want him either.
Hey, look,
I'm good neither. Because what's the point?
I dropped the video and I was like, I'm excited. And I'm looking at it and like, I had seen Chase, but I had seen Chase in like all the passing down stuff, and I hadn't seen him just get cooked on the run. Hey, he worse than Yannick.
Bro, when I tell you, yeah.
He was lost out there on the run.
Yeah.
I felt bad.
He's a straight edge rusher.
He's an edge rusher.
He rushes the pass.
And you know what? I tell you, the spot I'd save money at, if I'm gonna go get a straight edge rusher, I'd re-sign Yannick off his knee injury.
Hey, facts.
But we don't know. Like the other thing is, you don't know what extra move. Ryan Poles has shown you that he's done everything unorthodox when it's come to this draft.
Yeah.
His first year was like he had no picks. He got 2 starters in terms of drafting 2 corners. Like nobody was really that high. Like Kyler Gordon, okay, great. And then we got Brisker. I was like, I was cool with that. But then they trade the pick this year to get where we are now. Who knows what they're going to do this year?
Mm-hmm.
But I know they got to fill this. I don't even think there's that many holes on this team as we think it is. There are so many games away from actually contending. They were able to contend this year based off bad coaching and just bad coaching.
Yeah.
When they get down to it.
Yeah.
And so in their mind, this coaching staff, these people that they put in place, what they're trying to do, there is a level of, I think, maturation that all of them are learning. Eberflus had to learn how to be a better coach. They've seen some deficiencies in offensive coordinator, so we got a new one that hopefully can develop. And so
offensive staff, not just offensive
whole
coordinator.
staff, yeah. So I think the
All
whole
of y'all
point is
get
that.
out.
Say what?
I said all of y'all get out.
Get out.
So I just think that we're in a position where we're in a much better place than we were even a year ago. And I don't think it's that we're that far off, fellas, in terms of competing.
I don't think we're that far off in terms of competing. I think you get there a lot quicker if you're not wasting $10 million on a position that I can get a 5th rounder to do.
But see, you keep discrediting and discounting the talent of a Saquon, of Christian McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
But those two are not even on the same level.
Naming 3 dudes.
You don't think they're on the same level?
No. Saquon's not on Christian McCaffrey's level anymore.
What?
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Not anymore. Right. We're
You know
talking
what?
about the year
You
and
know
a half,
what?
not
You
a
know what,
year.
fellas? I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Stop.
You cooked me.
Stop giving up on the
Pat
debate.
cooked me.
Stop
That's
giving
it.
up on the debate.
I'm done.
Nah,
We will find Saquon in the 5th round.
I mean, you can.
I don't
You're
know
not.
how, but okay.
I mean, you kind of can.
No, I haven't seen it.
You're
Every
gonna
Saquon
find-
looking
you're
dude is
gonna
over the
find-
top.
You haven't seen the top running back in the league come in the 5th round?
I think
James Conner got cut by the Bears on a practice squad. He ended up being the leading rusher in the NFL 2 years ago.
Nuts. That's
There you
nuts. That's crazy.
You can find this version of Saquon in the 5th round. I'm sorry. Like, do better. Hey.
I don't think it's
now that's a great take. You can't find rookie year Saquon in the 5th round.
No kidding.
You said-
No,
you
really?
You
No,
still
no,
won't be able to
no,
find
no,
him
no,
that-
no, no.
2,000 yards from scrimmage.
Listen.
2,000 yards from
Yeah.
scrimmage and 90 catches, almost 90 catches.
You know what? But you know why you can't find that guy in the 5th round? Because that 5th round guy is not going to get the opportunity Saquon got his rookie year.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You can find this version of Saquon Barkley.
I don't
in the
want.
5th
I'm
round.
talking. Never mind.
This is the version
If
you
he's-
getting, Joe.
If he's done, then he's done. If he's cooked,
You
he's
can't
cooked.
get rookie year Saquon.
Wait, but
he was still a problem last
this version doesn't have a quarterback though.
This version doesn't have a quarterback.
He didn't.
This version of Saquon don't got a quarterback. You're still okay. Even if he's not on the level of Christian McCaffrey, you telling me he can't give me 1,500 yards from scrimmage, 1,700 yards from scrimmage, and at least 65 catches.
I like the way that man thinks right
with
there.
10 tutties.
Hey, here we go. Saquon Barkley got every football.
Gucci Finesse says you all
Bro,
Who else?
If
Who else would
if
they
you
throw
give
to?
him this is the thing. If
Who
you
else
give
would they
him
throw
a,
to
if you
in
get Darius this year,
Boy, don't
this year, are we saying this year? This year? Darius Slayton, Darren Waller, and sometimes Jalen Hyatt when they knew he was on the bench.
Okay, so who got most of the targets?
Bro, it does not matter. Oh my lord, they still did not have a quarterback.
My Lord.
Ringo was getting
They
angry.
still have a
We need to get a
quarterback, bro.
raging
Because
meter on
you
Ringo.
can't. You just saying, oh man, we need him out there to run and we need him out there. We need him out there to run and block. No, he's giving you 60 catches out of the backfield, bro, and can still turn a 5-yard play into a possible touchdown.
Yeah.
You need the offense to elevate to a point where, again, like I'm saying, if Sharon Waldron wanted to take a flyer, I need to know that we're gonna go out here and score 30 to 34.
Look,
and if you possibly pick them up, that's how you do it.
Look, like my man, what my man say? Was it Rex Smith here? He said, well, it's a luxury position, but Joel is right. They're contradicting their own argument. McCaffrey was not a late round pick; he was a first round pick, and that's who they keep praising. The point is that type of talent,
praising
the media, everyone. The whole point is that type of talent. I understand Jordan. Who was the running back we had?
Jordan Howard.
I understand we can get Jordan Howard. We can get our boy that just left and went over to Detroit.
Jordan Howard couldn't
all those type of dudes, but we're talking about. I'm talking about Adrian Peterson. I'm talking about
elite.
Yeah, McCaffrey, Saquon. Even Derrick Henry was. I mean, the running juggernaut.
How much you paying Derrick?
Super Bowls they got?
How much you paying Derrick?
Right
because they always go to
$3 million.
The problem is they're going to the bad team.
I'm not paying Derrick Henry.
Right now, I got.
I don't believe it.
See,
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
The point is that those guys typically go to bad teams where they are the bell cow and they're running them into the ground. So they never get a quarterback, and they are the offense. Imagine going to a team where you have that type of talent like McCaffrey. All of a sudden, they're like legit Super Bowl contenders now because of getting McCaffrey.
Because of Christian McCaffrey?
He has helped
They weren't
put
in the
him
Super
over.
Bowl before Christian McCaffrey.
Okay,
but McCaffrey is more so preserved even as a top running back because you have all those other weapons on the team. All these other running backs we're talking about don't have other weapons on the team. He just mentioned all those receivers on the Giants that don't nobody know. Jalen Hyatt and whoever, Darius Slayton. Like, don't nobody think of them as threats. Slayton.
No, it's Darius Slayton, but still. We know Darren Waller, but I mean, do we care? Yeah.
The whole point is that I would like that if we were to get that type of talent.
Shout out to Kelsey Plum. That's his wife. She Las Vegas.
But the whole point is that if we, I agree that we still got to draft O-lineman. We got to get this O-line built right. We got to get this D-line right first. Yeah. That is the priority number one. And obviously, we've done enough that we don't need Saquon, but I would like to have him as a compliment, and I think he would be a weapon based on how this offense that we're supposed to be running. Like I said, we're looking at Green Bay, we're looking at San Francisco, even Detroit. I mean, Detroit is utilizing those two running backs.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all about Amon St. Rob, but then it's Gibbs and Montgomery. Great change of pace back.
Yeah, but right, you get Montgomery in there at no money. You get Gibbs in there on a rookie deal, right? Mm-hmm. Monty's on what, $6 million?
But they didn't go to the Super Bowl. These are going to the Super Bowl. McCaffrey going to the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, McCaffrey went to a team that already went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that was that team. This is this team.
Yeah, but that's
a different team. That's a different team.
That's
the same coach.
Hold on,
same coach.
Hold on, to Joel's point though.
Which players is different? Debo went to the first Super Bowl,
and
Kittle went to the first Super Bowl.
What about the offensive line?
Trent,
you got better.
Different quarterback.
No, you went out and you paid more money for a left tackle.
Different quarterback, and they developed IU
and a different defense.
Right,
IU developed better.
They developed all of them.
different defense.
You develop
Better
the guys-
defense now.
Defense
That
was the
Bosa was
Well,
there.
Yeah,
not-
I'll say
damn,
it.
Fred back
The core
then.
players were the same.
Yeah.
The core players on San Francisco defense
Are the same.
are the same.
Yeah.
They added a couple pieces, put a little
Bosa,
cherry on top.
Armstead, I mean, Fred Warner, they've been around for a minute now.
Bosa was there.
I said Bosa.
Yeah, Bosa was
Yeah,
in the
Bosa-
first.
That's
Bosa
not the
was
exact.
there.
The whole
You
point
got
is
crying at
Hargrave,
the end.
they're
Hargrave and Chase
continually
Young on the team
improving
now.
their team, though.
Yeah, he was crying at the end because they kept running
And
all
I
over
think-
that end racism sign.
You know what? We should segue into.
You gotta chill.
We got to segue into the other topic.
Yeah, let's talk. Hey, appreciate you guys for tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Let us know if you
sir.
think the Chicago Bears need Saquon Barkley on their team. Should they go out and sign him in the free agents period of the off season? I'm not buying it. We got to react to this NFC
I'm
and
with you,
AFC
Joe.
Championship we got going on. What's going on here with
Yeah,
the
don't worry about that. Bounced out
A little
the wrong
dark out
part. Yeah,
I'm scared of the dark, Joe. Oh boy.
Forgot
But no,
to take out that
got to
part.
react to what we saw this weekend, guys. I mean, listen, some good games. And you know who was elite this weekend? Christian McCaffrey. No, I kid. But
What
It
a
was nice.
jerk.
Nah, he actually
Gotta-
It
was
was
elite.
nice.
What
gotta
a
react to
jerk.
some of these games that we saw this weekend. I feel like the AFC title game is the best place to start because I don't want to finish on just a letdown of a game. What'd y'all see from that AFC title game? I mean, I know everybody's killing Lamar right now.
They shouldn't.
They should.
I saw.
No,
They shouldn't.
I
I
don't
disagree.
think
they shouldn't.
No,
I disagree. They shouldn't.
No,
let
they
me
shouldn't.
tell you why they should. The quarterback is the leader of the team, correct?
correct.
That's a fact.
Your team came out mentally not strong. Forget all the skill set, forget all he didn't run enough, he didn't pass the football enough. Your team came out mentally weak versus a Kansas City Chiefs team that put up 17 points and was primed for the taking. You got into crunch time and you continued to shoot yourself in the foot. Zay Flowers, of course, with the penalty, the fumble that comes in, which is a heads-up play by the defender. Love the play by the defender, but you got to know the moment. Go in, tucking the ball. You got opportunities there. Lamar Jackson launching the football into triple coverage, putting your hand up. Who was the receiver on that? That wasn't Zay Flowers.
Was that
on
Isaiah Likely?
Was that Isaiah?
No,
Putting
no,
the
no,
hand
no,
up like
no.
I'm open is crazy.
No,
ball.
no,
In
no.
triple coverage.
Well,
Crazy.
the last week he did the same thing, and Lamar threw it up high enough for him to high point it. So that's what he was doing again. Mistake, yes.
Triple coverage. Though.
Mistake, yes.
Triple coverage is
Mistake,
crazy.
yes.
That was insane to see.
It
He
was.
did throw in the
It
triple
was.
coverage.
He thought he was Jordan and was about to go up there and get it.
Yeah, I don't know what
He
that
let
was.
his man make a play on the ball.
But I felt like this was a game, and everybody's talking about Lamar didn't run enough. I do think that the offense randomly all of a
That's
sudden
true.
decided to change their identity.
He did.
I don't know why they decided to change their identity.
He started to listen to the haters. The haters said, be a pocket passer. Do not rely on your legs.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did instead of doing a combination of both. What he should have done is run and pass.
Yeah.
But he
well,
didn't.
it's also the coaching, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's the
That's
scheme.
who I blame.
It's
And
raining.
that's
like,
what I blame.
why
Yeah.
are y'all not running over these dudes?
Yeah.
You
And-
should have. It's like it's. I mean, it's literally raining. Why did everybody want to throw so much? It just remind. All I have
That's
is
the modern
PTSD.
NFL. It's
But
just
I had
weird.
PTSD from our Cleveland game. It's like, why are y'all throwing so much in the
Yeah.
freaking rain?
But you also got to look at what KC did. KC put heavy jumbos in to stop you to run and
Oh.
force them to pass.
KC was
So
bringing
KC
6
had
to
a-
the line, rushing 5 minimum.
Right. KC did
Yeah.
have a very good defensive game plan.
Yeah.
I think too,
No,
man.
and this
So,
is-
so you
this
got it. So you got to.
No,
Nah.
this is
both.
the part, but see, this is the part that to me you needed to be mentally strong with. It almost felt like Baltimore didn't realize what KC was capable of. And I feel like the underlying story of Kansas City this season is how elite their defense is. And it's the dumbest thing in the world. This is the least talked about top 5 defense I've ever seen in my life. This is a
Facts.
top
Facts.
5 defense that they've allowed 25 plus points twice this season. It's one of the best defenses in the NFL by far. They might be the best defense going into this Super Bowl.
Pat, you
That's probably because you don't assume.
ready.
You don't.
Pat's
What?
really hot. Pat was very spirited on that.
No, because it's one of those things.
Passionate.
It's
Passionate.
irritating to me because it feels like Baltimore was more worried about Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce than they were about the defense they were facing. And then when the defense punched you in the mouth, you weren't mentally strong enough to take it. You start making mental mistakes, false start penalties coming up. We're moving too early on the line. We're what was the one penalty at the end of the game? Not the taunting penalty. There was another one where it was like, I can't even remember. I don't know if it was pass interference, offensive pass interference, but one of them where you just kept watching them shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
And I'm
Overly
sorry,
aggressive.
as the
Roquan.
leader of your team, Lamar Jackson, you gotta be better.
Yeah.
Forget the passing. Forget the the fact that you didn't put up no points in the second half. Fine, but your team went out there looking like a mentally weak team.
Yeah.
And when I look on the
I-
sideline after an interception, I don't see Lamar Jackson saying, "Let's go, boys. We got to get back in this." I see him slamming his helmet, just like Zay Flowers is punching the bench and hurting his hand. You can't put your team in that position where they feel like, "Oh, we're out of this. Lamar's done." You know what Pat Mahomes did in the Super Bowl when he was down? Boys, if we get a shot, we out there. They down 2 touchdowns.
But you know what that is? That's that champion pedigree. Like you've seen it with the Patriots. We've seen it with the Bulls. You've seen it with teams like even the Warriors. Now you watch the Chiefs. Like the thing is like there's the whole like, you know, I'm gonna just
Never
stick
count out.
the knife into you. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like when you saw Mahomes literally running around all crazy and he's about to fall and his ribs broke and he makes this little floppy throw to Kelsey. It's like, how do you beat that? He's like, I don't care. I'm gonna step on your throat.
Oh yeah.
Like,
that was
He
amazing.
just whoop. I mean, he just
Hey,
does that
that
all
was
the
amazing.
time.
Hey, but you know, like Stacey said, man, big time players make big time plays, and this is what I'm with Pat, man. I'm kind of frustrated because I'm a Pat Mahomes fan, but I was really rooting for Lamar.
I had Ravens in the
I-
Super
I-
Bowl.
He don't, he,
I
they're
really-
not,
yeah.
they don't have it.
Lamar to change the narrative, man, and that
We all
that
did.
hurt the narrative because if you look at his career passer rate in the playoffs, it's 75.7. You know, which is way worse than his regular season passer rate of 98.
Because of pressure.
And so, like, and the pressure breaking pipes. And so then what's going to end up happening is he's going to become Patrick Ewing. He's going to become Charles Barkley, just like Josh Allen, because those are guys that couldn't get over the hill against Jordan, and you going up against Jordan again.
So that leads me
Right.
even to the San Francisco Lions game.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this game, right? And I'm sitting here watching how the Lions have a really good team. And then I'm sitting there looking at Brock Purdy with Shanahan.
Who looked more like Lamar than Lamar did. On Sunday.
He sure did. He
Oh,
did. He
I'm
did.
not gonna lie.
50 yards in
He
the
had them
second
2
half.
runs.
50 rushing
He had
yards in
them
the
2
second half.
runs. He not.
Hey,
But-
I'm not gonna lie. When they ran the football, I swear I looked on the side and Dan Campbell was like, "What the?" when I saw
But
Purdy
nobody
take
knew he
off
could
in
do
the
it.
run.
But what I started watching was like, what if Shanahan loses this again, and he becomes the modern Andy Reid pre-Pat Mahomes, and it made me want to rethink my logic of how we're building this team.
Yeah.
Because Andy Reid for years had great teams. Philly, he had Donovan McNabb, Kevin Cobb, he had who else? Mike Vick. He's had a bunch of dudes. Alex Smith. He's had a number of quarterbacks. Good teams, 13-3,
Yeah.
14-2, 12 and whatever. Can't get over the hump.
I don't think he's ever been sub 500.
He's been amazing.
Yeah.
But you know, and now I'm looking at Shanahan, Jimmy G,
Yeah.
Matt Ryan. He's had quarterbacks to get to a certain point, and now he's sitting there looking like, man. Now you get Mahomes, and this dude, it's the right coach with the right quarterback, and it makes me think about: do I want us to go down the Alex Smith path of getting a quarterback, building our team like we're supposed to, but when you got the guy, and it's like, I love Justin.
Is
Fields.
Justin the guy?
Is he the guy,
Yeah.
or are we now? If you're talking about a guy that could be the next Andrew Luck dude, right? Because the only reason Andrew Luck's not here because they couldn't protect the man. He was getting killed. He was on his way
He's had 3 sub 500 seasons
in what, a 20, 30 year
in
career?
a 23-year career, 24-year career.
So I'm sitting there like, man,
That's
now
impressive.
you're watching Mahomes sit there and just be the Michael Jordan of football, where he is destroying Josh Allen. You ain't
Yeah.
winning. Burrow, you ain't winning.
Yeah.
Well, Burrow,
Burrow
beat
beat
him.
him.
Burrow
Burrow had a shot.
No, Burrows beat him 3 times.
Lamar Jackson.
I was gonna say, actually,
But yeah,
Yeah,
Burrow
yeah,
beat
yeah.
him 3
Pat
times.
Mahomes
Okay,
is
let's
down
not react.
for
Let's,
Burrow.
just give him the point out. Oh my God, Jesus
push
Christ.
it out.
All right, anyway. Whoa, Paul.
Was that crazy? No, I said push it out.
No one says push it out, dog.
Yeah,
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Snap.
hot and ready. I'm
Not
gonna
you snapping in the back, dog.
No, but my
That
point is
snap
that
is another one we need to clip.
I'm gonna get that.
We got to clip Dot.
Yeah, we would definitely need Dot.
Oh, we're getting all of them in on this episode.
So I think the issue is like, man, it makes me think about where are we at if we develop Justin Fields? Does he become does he become that guy and we're unlocking him?
Right.
Or are we passing up on the talent because there's just certain things you can't teach? And let's just say Caleb Williams that guy? And it's like, man, that's a hard decision.
I'll say this, right?
Pension super producer.
I'll say this. I think we're in the right division to make that decision.
Where's Sam Clear at?
Right? Like when I look at the NFC, the best quarterback in the NFC is not in the Super Bowl right now.
Nope.
Yeah.
He's at home. He's at home.
You know what I mean? Like the best quarterback in the NFC is not in the Super Bowl right now. So I feel like in the NFC we can make that. In the AFC, you can't make that. You gotta. I mean, like,
but
you gotta know you had that.
There's one thing though.
But there's your boy.
There's only been 6 number 1 pick quarterbacks that have won a Super Bowl. 6
right
in the entire NFL history.
So it's not a short
6.
thing.
So it's not a short thing.
And there's Russell Wilson.
But I'm gonna say this though.
He was not a
The
number
reason
I know. I'm saying he's a late.
I gotta disagree with you, and this is the reason why they don't have time to make that decision. The Packers and the Lions are ahead of you. The Packers and the Lions are ahead of you. You don't got time.
They don't have Hall of Fame quarterbacks though, so we have time. They don't have.
No,
they don't have Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
No, they don't.
Neither Detroit nor Green Bay has.
The Packers have
Hall
the
of Fame
youngest
quarterbacks.
Well, here's the thing. We can't say the Lions are going to be at the same position next year as they are this year because they're about to lose a very important piece of that team.
Yep.
There's going to be a head coach in Ben Johnson probably announced in a week and a half.
Right.
Less than that, probably 2 days.
I mean,
That's a mad science.
That's true.
I would say probably the Packers are in the best situation because LaFleur is not going anywhere.
They got the youngest team in the league.
They got the youngest team in the league. There's a lot that they can build long term there.
I know you don't want to say it, but Jordan Love's nice.
No, I've said Jordan Love. I said Jordan Love has proven that he, to me, is in the right system, and he can make that system look amazing.
Yeah,
he's been in that system for 3 years.
He's still. Hey, listen.
He's been in the system for 3 years.
He still went right through the ball cross body. This ain't Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. If he gets, maybe he gets one.
Yeah.
He keeps the legacy going of 20 years and one. But I feel like you know what changes a lot of times is you make a decision on one quarterback that you feel like is your future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And around that, you build the rest of your team.
Honestly, though.
And then some dude shows up and he's like, actually, I'm the future of this team because I'm younger and I'm more ready to be successful with this team. I don't know if Justin Fields is the 10-year answer for the Chicago Bears.
How long?
I do believe Justin Fields can be the 2-year answer.
So
how long
he's a temporary solution.
How long has Justin really had an adequate team to even grow his skills? I
8 weeks.
Exactly. So you can't say.
I mean, the last 8 weeks of the season.
So basically, he's had a half a year, 1 year, and 3/4 of this year to show that he's growing.
No.
That's not enough time for you to even depict if he's your 2-year quarterback. You still don't have enough information.
But see, that's the tough part, right? You are up against the clock with that. But I think the thing for me is, right, do I look at Justin Fields, right? For me, it's situation. I realize how much this team needs to build. You need more blue chip pieces, or as Joel has it right now, you need more gold pieces on your team.
Gold Jackets.
You need a heck of a lot more. Well, listen, Gold Jackets is different.
But
I need
ain't
no gold.
That ain't Pro Bowl.
It
That's
definitely
all
ain't no Gold Jackets on this team right now.
Gold Jackets lead to Super Bowls.
Oh yeah, no, and we don't have none of them on the team right now. I tell you that right now. I don't even know if we have a gold jacket GM right now, but he's doing some right things. But what I think is when you talk about futures of teams, usually they are talked about in the sense of what Purdy is going through. Think about the 10-year run. But here's the thing, what I'll say. Brock Purdy is not the best quarterback in the NFL right now.
Right.
5 years down the road, if he's allowed to continue to grow in San Francisco with the system they have, Brock Purdy may be the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
Because When Tom Brady came into the league,
He was not.
I dare y'all to go. I swear y'all don't watch them
No
early
one
Super
thought of
Bowls.
him as the
Nobody
best.
talks about
he
them early
was a
Super Bowls.
manager.
You know what Tom
Nobody.
Brady was doing in all them early Super Bowls?
Manager.
Nothing. Nothing.
They had Corey.
Nothing.
They had Corey
his,
Dillon.
His first three don't count to me.
His-
His
Oh
first
no,
three
had a
don't
they
great-
count.
count.
There
Listen,
was Teddy
all Super Bowls
Bruschi.
count.
No, I mean,
All
as
Super
far
Bowls
as his
count.
legacy,
If
as far as
Trent
legacy,
Dilfer
his
walk-
as far as
impact.
his legacy.
Listen, if Trent Dilfer walk in here right now and backhand Ringo with a ring, it just happened. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's Super Bowl ring. It just happened.
We will be moving furniture.
Yeah, but we might be moving some furniture. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got hands for Dilfer. Yeah, I mean, it's certain.
No, yeah,
quarterbacks.
his
Big
impact-
Ben come in here. You on your own.
Yeah.
His
His impact wasn't as great as it was because again they had a running game, a great defense, kicking. They had a balanced receiver core. That was actually Drew Bledsoe's squad, and it was like, hey.
But here's the thing: they were never moving off Bledsoe. They weren't in a like at that. I think
It was
Bledsoe
only
just
'cause
got
of injury.
He just signed
was
his
He
injury.
had
contract.
just signed a
was just
contract
injury.
the year
Jets dude
before.
cracked his
Right.
ribs.
It was
and he was
injury,
leaving.
and there you go, Brady.
Bye.
But
Yeah,
then
I mean,
they
and
made
so-
a business
and
decision.
I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen here with Justin Fields, but what I'm saying is that can Justin be the answer while you build your San Francisco?
Well,
Can
that's
Justin
my
be the
initial thought.
answer while you build your, and I think that he can while you build your Philadelphia, while you build your whatever team, whatever long-term team you're going to be able to build. I think that Justin can be the answer for that team. Is he going to be the answer by the time the Bears are ready to go on a Super Bowl run if that does come? But that I don't have the answer to because the quarterback that I've seen currently, no.
I would say
And
this though. When you look at the 85 Bears, look at the Cowboys and how they were constructed, right? Great teams that dominated. What do they typically have in common? They were able to capitalize on
Offensive line.
They were able to offensive line, but they were able to capitalize on a lot of talent. 83 was one of those it was like a COVID year where you got a lot of guys that they had extra players coming in. So that's why that one draft was amazing with all the quarterbacks and things of that nature. So they were able to stockpile that talent with that type of scheme. Cowboys, Jimmy Johnson, he tricks Minnesota. He cuts those players, flips them for picks. And so kind of what we're on the path is that we might be able to do the same thing where we're able to stockpile all this talent for cheap. Yeah. And so that to me would still be the best move to make. And we can literally build this team with a lot of talent. And then we can all, the problem is it's only going to last for so long because you got to pay them all and you can't keep them all.
And you forget San Francisco was bad for years before Kyle got there and they built through the draft.
That actually wasn't that long, bro.
They were bad.
They went to the Super Bowl in what?
Your boy
14?
No, I'm talking about before that. They were bad because when they had Jeff Garcia, they was bad with them.
I liked Jeff Garcia. He was trash.
Early 2000s.
I did like Jeff. He was mediocre.
Late 90s.
But the early 2000s, they were bad. They started to build it slowly, like we're trying to do. Yeah. So you have to keep certain mid individuals and build around them, and then allow them to grow. And if they don't grow, then you replace them.
Here's what I think is the tough question that you have to ask, right? Is Justin gonna be the answer that can survive the changes that come on a football team?
Right.
Pat Mahomes, to me, what he's doing is impressive because he's such a good QB. He's surviving the offense being mediocre at best.
Because now
the defense is all the way up here. You got an elite defense. Your offense is down here. But initially, it
was balanced like this, and then the
I don't think it was even balanced. I was just it's just the honey badger out there.
They had on the O-line, they had Eric Fisher.
That first Super Bowl, it was just it's just Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, I mean,
who else is back there? Tyrann Mathieu. Who's playing safety? Tyrann Mathieu. Who's a DB? Tyrann Mathieu. Who's blitzing? Tyrann Mathieu.
I love the honey badger though. That was my guy.
Well, think about it like this though, Pat. Like if we're going back to, does Justin Fields need to have immense talent around him? He had that at Ohio State, obviously. Here we saw kind of a breakdown of the wide receiver room. Darnell Mooney is taking a step back. We know DJ Moore. That's a given.
Yeah.
And so if you're telling me that you give Justin Fields the wide receiver core of Kansas City right now, is he even going to be on the level that he was now? Because that core right now is I wouldn't even say they're mediocre. I mean, who's their best guy? Rasheed Rice?
Rasheed
Because
Rice.
we're not even talking about Kelsey.
Rice.
Let's
I
take
was gonna
Kelsey
say
out of it.
Valdez
Rasheed Rice
Scantling.
is the
Yeah,
only. Is the
Rasheed
only
Rice is
guy-
nice.
It's been Rasheed Rice.
Rasheed Rice, yeah.
Hey,
He's
Rasheed Rice.
nice. He's somebody that's
And
developing.
Isaiah
He could be
Pacheco
really nice.
running like
Pacheco is a running back.
running like what
His head on fire.
running
Yeah,
like
he's
a
always
Flintstone vitamin out there.
yeah. Bam Bam. He's running like Bam Bam.
That
That
man
man is
four steps
crazy.
and-
But that's my concern is, that if you have Justin, do you say that Justin can realize his potential even if he doesn't have the best around him? Because right now we said that Patrick Mahomes, this is probably his worst season.
Yeah.
But even with his worst season, he's in the Super Bowl.
No,
Yeah.
there, and that's what I mean. There does have to be development in a lot of those, but I think that's the point of it, right? Alex Smith went through the ugly years in Kansas City. Alex Smith went through the years where you're trying to build up that offensive line. Alex Smith went through the years where you're trying to build up that wide receiver core. Pat Mahomes benefited from all that.
Yeah, they was built for
You
him.
probably end up getting to one Super Bowl with Alex Smith. I don't know if you win it, but you probably end up getting there with Alex Smith as the quarterback
Well,
if you
not
just
with Matt
stick with
Nagy's
Alex
calling
Smith
plays.
long term, right? Like, but you go with the young guy who was able to benefit from that situation. I think that's the point, right? Like, I'd say even Alex Smith. Alex Smith was a quarterback that was able to deal with being pretty good while the team was building things out, while the team was changing pieces. That is the long-term quarterbacks. How do you deal with the changes that come in? Now, Justin hasn't been put in that position where he can feel the Brock Purdy development level, right? Like there's no 10 years with this,
No,
with how Chicago's built right now.
It's not-
Yeah.
but hopefully
With
this
San
is
Francisco,
this is year one.
with it, right? Hopefully this is year one and it becomes that, and then Justin's able to develop in all of that. But in San Francisco right now, your year one for Brock Purdy was, hey kid, come in here and
Well,
Amen.
we're
we-
already
no,
we're
we-
already on
we-
the way to a Super Bowl. Just don't screw it up.
no, we made a mistake. We're going to take this third overall pick here. We're just going to have to put him on the shelf.
well,
just take over, keep it.
Well,
keep it
no,
on
he
first.
he
Thanks.
he was hurt. Think about last year, right? Like Brock Purdy came in week 10? They went to like two other quarterbacks before it got to Purdy.
Who was the other guy?
Wait,
Because the other guys in
that's
Minnesota.
not. No,
Because
that's
they
not.
had Chase Daniel.
no,
Not Chase
they
Daniels.
went through
Chase.
three.
They went through three quarterbacks.
No, I think Purdy got in week 4.
Well, I think it was early on because you got Trey.
Wait, no,
Trey
we-
was
no,
a
no,
starter.
no,
Trey
No,
broke
he
his
was,
leg.
it was
starter.
week
broke his leg
3.
game 2.
Yeah, and
He
they
broke it game 2. And Garoppolo wasn't ready yet, I think, right?
right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because he was hurt. So I think they went through 4 quarterbacks last year.
No, it was week 3. It was week.
They went through a lot of quarterbacks.
They went
last
through
year. I
four
can tell you
no,
that
no,
much.
week
They went through
two.
4 last year.
It was week 2.
No, because they didn't. Yeah, I'm trying to look it up
Just
here.
make sure we're in no dead air.
Give
that's
us
all.
a second, boys. I thought we had a stat guy back there.
Yeah,
Stat guy.
Stat guy.
Believe it or not, I've actually been trying to figure it out for the last 5 seconds. This
Oh,
Wi-Fi.
thanks. 5 seconds.
This Wi-Fi is
Really jumped. Oh,
It's
he's back on the
coming.
That's
Wi-Fi here.
it. Here we go. Sam Darnold, Brock Purdy,
Yeah, I knew I wasn't tripping. Like
And,
it was
Trey
and
Lance.
Trey Lance
And Trey
started
Lance.
the season.
Yeah.
and they had one more guy. What was his name? Oh, lost it. He didn't really play, but they had Brandon Allen after a while. Too.
Well, Brandon Allen came in after Purdy hurt his shoulder in
The NFC
in the
Championship.
Hey, who was the other
title
guy that was went to the same school as Brett Favre? I think he's in Minnesota now. He was on San Francisco.
Kirk Cousins.
No, no, the other quarterback. He was he did okay. He was kind of like what Purdy was doing. Another rookie dude that they played.
So
he
Brock
played the year
Purdy
before
played
that.
in 9 games last year. He started 5 of them.
The chat knows. The chat knows everything. Breeze Nation.
Shout out to
knows.
the chat. No, the chat
Breeze.
just quicker with the thumbs. But no, I mean,
Breeze
like,
Nation
right.
knows.
I mean, honestly,
Mullins?
Yes,
Mullins.
Nick Mullins. There you
Nick
go.
okay.
Mullins, that was the other one. But
All
the point of it is, though, right? Like, you went to Purdy in a situation where the team was basically just like, just don't get in the way.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
the perfect situation for a quarterback to come into.
especially with his skill set, because his skill set.
G-
Now,
Oh,
now,
my
I do
man,
think,
G
I
class
think
is
he's
in
more
the
talented.
building.
Right, he does have great awareness and ball placement.
Yeah.
So you have to give him.
No,
you
he's
have to
got
give him-
talent.
You got to give his little flowers on that.
Yeah.
You know?
No, he's got
He
talent.
can't.
Flowers.
He
Give me flowers.
used outside of this weekend. He wasn't going to win you the game, but he wasn't going to lose you the game.
Yeah.
This game really showed that he's got some skill because
He has a
he was
range
the
of
reason.
talent.
He
Yeah.
was the reason why they won this game because his
Yeah.
50 yards rushing shot Detroit.
Hey, Detroit
Shot
didn't know what to do.
But
They couldn't. They
see,
right. They didn't know what to do after that.
now you're talking about coaching where you're gambling. I get it. This is what you got here before Pat goes off. The point is that you're giving these dudes the momentum back. You're giving a shorter field when you're gambling like that. Now instead of starting at the 20, they started at the 40.
Yeah.
And it's like now when the
Kick the
team
field goal.
and
Kick
then
the
when the
field goal.
Kick the field
I'm
goal.
just saying,
I'll be
I'm
honest
not
with
with
you.
it.
I'm not mad at that at all
not with
because Dan Campbell has been Dan Campbell since day one.
but it was too early for that.
Nah,
No,
It was too early.
If you want to go out like that, playing the way that you've been playing that got you there, I'm fine with that.
No. You got there by winning games.
But
No,
Joe,
He won by gambling. He won by gambling.
Hear me
He
out.
won by gambling.
Hear me out.
Not in the
What-
third quarter when you got plenty
Kick
of
the field
time.
goal. Kick the field goal.
You
No,
have
I'm with
plenty of
you.
time.
I'm saying that makes a lot of sense. I would have done that if I was the coach. What I'm saying is you can't knock him for taking a gamble because that's what he's been doing, and it was successful throughout the entire year. What do we always say about the Bears and their play calling? It's inconsistent.
They did what we did.
No.
They
My
get up
point
by
is it's
half and then just
inconsistent.
part it away.
That's the NFC North way.
Yeah,
That's how we do it, baby.
This
he
is
lived
the
or
way.
died
This
with
is
his
the way.
choice.
This is the way.
He lived or died
Go
with
up
his
by
choice.
30 points and
He
then
did.
hopefully.
I mean, literally the whole North. The Bears did it all season. The Packers did it in the playoffs, and then the Lions just did it the whole season, pretty much. No, what I will say is this, right? I'll say maybe in the future Dan Campbell wants to rethink that, but here's the part that nobody thinks about. How good is their kicker outside?
Oh, he's dog
Talking
water.
about Badgley?
Their kicker outside,
He's not bad.
past
It was
40
only
yards.
It was only a 40. It was only a 40-yard something. It was close. It wasn't over 50.
Pass-
It was 40, it was 40 yards.
If you
Their
don't trust your
kicker outside past 40 yards has a 52% completion.
That's
rate.
trash.
Guess what? The
We know,
success
Rick
rate
Smith.
of going
We know
forward
no
on
one is
fourth
Mahomes.
down.
It was 46%.
No,
It was
success
46% in that
rate-
situation.
no. The success rate for the Lions this season has been
50.
52%.
It's 50%, but in that situation, analytics said it was only a 40%, 46% chance of you making that fourth down. In that situation, you kick the field goal.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we're
analytics-
talking in the
Analytics
third
also
quarter.
Analytics also said that. Well, they did it again in the fourth. But
I get it in the fourth
They did
quarter.
it in the fourth
In the
quarter.
fourth quarter, I can kind of understand that, but we're talking in the third quarter. There's no
When you have
take
momentum,
the points.
you got to take the points in the
Yeah,
third.
You gave the momentum.
Because if you look at it, Andy Reid,
had the momentum already.
Andy Reid was in the same situation yesterday.
Yeah.
And he's gambles, but they took the field goal.
They took the field goal.
Took the field goal, and that changed momentum again. So in those situations, he's a gambling coach too. Not as much as Riverboat Dan, but you in that situation, you got to take the field goal because it's too early in the game for you to go. That's like
But-
going for fourth down in the first quarter.
The thing,
it's just too early.
But the thing is, at that point, they already had the momentum. Your goal in that third quarter was to kill their momentum. What kills momentum? A field goal ain't gonna kill momentum. You know
Yes,
it's
it
gonna
is.
kill. Why would a field goal?
Because
kill
you're going
momentum?
up more
You're going
points.
more points. And the
You're going
defense,
up.
the
You're
defense
going up
get-
3.
And then
you're going up 3.
No, you're tying the
You're
game.
going up 3.
No,
Hold on.
hold on. That's right.
You're
Now
They
tying-
weren't even
you're
going up 3.
tying
They were tying the game.
You're tying the game. That it was 27-24. The issue that I got with all of this, right, is the fact that they did this last season when they were 8-9. If they go for that field goal, all the players on the team are looking at him crazy. Because at the end of the day, they've been doing that all season. It's a 52% success rate. So they're saying
an
that,
F.
hey, our team
Yeah,
has
but
been
that's
better.
elite on going for it.
Yeah.
Down.
Our
That's
team,
an F
our
in my
team has
book.
been better than theirs. We've been on the field all season. Why would you take us off? We can get that.
Look,
we can get that. So
yes,
I mean,
in the fourth
it-
quarter,
it-
not in the third quarter.
they did it in the third quarter in the regular season,
No,
which
they-
led
no,
to wins.
no,
They've been winning the
100%.
game by doing the same thing.
When they
y'all-
did
hey,
take
look,
the field
the
goal,
beige-
they were
the
not-
beige
they
ra-
were- it wasn't tied.
Oh,
They did
because
it twice.
Hold on, the beige rage over here is going off.
First
the
off, there's
charts.
beige rage back
But
there.
the
We all
beige
beige.
rage
We're all
is
beige.
going
Like, what is the
crazy
racism
over
over
there.
there? What's the racism?
The beige rage.
It changed momentum with San
Darkest one here
Francisco's
is the guy with
defense
the beard.
because
yeah, I was
they
gonna
had they had a fumble after that too. Wasn't the fumble after the blown fourth down? Wasn't
No.
it 2 series after that?
The fumble was after the was that after the blown fourth down? No, I'm
Yeah,
trying
you
to
would think
remember
it was
everything.
after the blown fourth down. So you give San Francisco defense.
Jameer Gibbs?
The
Jameer Gibbs joint, right?
Yeah,
No,
because
he's
that's
talking
when they
about the
tied the
third.
score. That's when they tied the score.
Yeah, he's talking about the third.
So you kicked the field goal.
Yes.
They was already ahead. Now you let your defense pin their ears back and go rush the passer because now you know San Francisco has to score more points. So then when they have to score more points, that means you get to get your pass rush. There's no threat of running McCaffrey right now anymore.
And you're starting in the
Here's the
40-yard
thing,
line.
but here's the thing. I would probably agree with y'all if they drew up Luke Getsy plays.
And the
I
crazy part,
agree with y'all
hold on,
if
real
the
quick.
ball didn't hit Reynolds dead.
Real quick.
Twice.
Like
said-
at a certain
Twice.
point,
Shout out.
at a certain
Twice.
point, when do you put the blame on the players on the field? Yes, Dan Campbell called a 4th down play. Dan Campbell called a 4th down play 3 times in this game. 2 of the times it hit the dude dead in his face. Kendall Vildor drops a game-changing interception.
That was big.
Oh,
That was big.
That was a game.
That was
I'm a
huge.
little excited about that.
That was
Shout out to
Y'all know-
Vildor.
Y'all know
Thanks
I
for
don't fool
helping
with
us out.
Vildor
Yep.
out here.
Muck, I can talk about my guys if I want to.
But I'm sitting here and we're sitting here blaming. Oh, this is
It's Monday morning quarterback.
But you gotta make plays as
Ooh,
the
Jay Chris
players.
capping over here. He said you got Mike Tomlin in the studio. Bogus.
Yeah, he in the back. Tomlin in the back, baby. But no, you gotta make plays
It's dirty, man.
when you're finally
He messed up.
when you get an opportunity to
Yeah.
make them.
And
That's
always
what
winning.
you
And
know what puts you in
always
the,
winning.
you know what puts you in the Super Bowl? Catching the interception that hits you in the face.
Yep.
You know what puts you in the
No.
Super Bowl?
They hit you in
Catching the
face.
4th down that
Yep.
hits you in the face.
You know you win the Super
Twice.
Bowl. No,
And
catching
the
the
crazy
ball,
part is-
catching the ball to hit your helmet and holding on to it for dear life.
I mean, and listen, there's some times
We got
where
2
that-
off that.
Oh, I was so
Yeah,
sick.
yeah,
We got
he
2 off that.
He got 2
I'm
champions.
so
We got 2 off that.
I was so
Calm
sick.
down there.
So
But
sick.
there's certain times where yes, I can sit here and I can blame the coach all day for going for it on 4th down, and there's going to be issues and blah blah blah. But at a certain point, you got to blame the players that need to make plays. Guess what?
Agreed.
I'm thinking Josh Rosen. What's that boy name? The quarterback, Detroit.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
Jared
I'm thinking,
Goff.
I don't know why I went Josh Rosen, white, strong chin line. Y'all know what it was. But great job. But that was crazy.
Whoa,
That was crazy.
hey yo,
That was
hey
crazy. But
yo.
no, like you look at. Hopefully nobody heard that. You look at Jared Goff in the long run and say he got the ball to your playmakers that have made plays all season. And I don't know if it was the Kadarius Toney rant that Reynolds was watching before the game, and he's like, "Oh my goodness, I gotta be just like him." And I don't know what happened to him, but all of a sudden in the second half, they couldn't catch the football.
Good.
That's what puts you in that position.
Yeah.
We can sit there and talk about Dan Campbell did this. You got to make plays. So what happens if Dan Campbell sends his kicker out there who can't make 40-yard kicks outside? And all of a sudden he misses the kick. What are we saying today? Man, the whole season you've gone for it on 4th down. You're 52%. How can you go to the
Exactly.
kicker in this moment knowing
Exactly.
that he has these
It's a
struggles?
lose-lose situation. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, so I'm not
It's-
going to
it's-
blame Dan Campbell
it's
for being
lose-lose.
himself.
You don't, but it's lose-lose. But in certain situations,
But if I'm a lose
you gotta take
being,
it. You
if
gotta
I'm
take. You
gonna
gotta. You
lose
gotta.
being
You gotta
me,
take it.
I'd rather lose being me than lose doing what everybody else says I'm supposed to.
No, Pat.
Which is why I
We've
said that he's
seen
going to
this.
stay him.
We saw this. We watched this up close all year with our own coaches. They did some of the same dumb things. It's just knowing when to take those type of shots.
Yeah,
You
but
don't take it in the 3rd quarter when the game.
They've been doing
You
it in the
don't-
3rd quarter
Ringo,
the
I'ma cut your
entire
mic. I'ma
season.
cut your mic.
And they should have lost multiple
My
games.
point
They should have lost
is-
But they did.
three
You
games.
You
They
don't
should have
do
lost 3
that
other
in the
games doing
3rd.
that.
You don't do it in the 3rd quarter. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say never do it. I never said go for it, not go for it. I get that, but it's in the 3rd quarter. The game is you are in control of the game.
So
And
you
they
in
gave the
you in-
momentum away.
So you in the 3rd quarter of the game, you got momentum. You got a kicker that can't make 40-yard kicks at the same basis you make 4th down kicks at.
I think that's the part.
you
that
kick it left.
Look, man,
Who got momentum?
I wasn't sitting there with the stats about the dang.
Who's got
kicker,
momentum?
Okay,
I'm
The
I'm
whole
adding
point is that
context to the conversation.
if that's the case, that they don't trust their kicker, that sucks. But
They ain't
the point
trusted
is
their
that-
kicker all year. That's why he going for it. on
And
4th
the
down.
year before
What are you
that.
talking about?
And the year
What
before
are we
that.
talking
Bagley
about?
came in late.
Son
though.
of a.
Bagley came in late. He wasn't their kicker the whole year.
No, he's a different kicker because they ain't trust the other dude.
Right.
Well, they got to get a better
so you
kicking
trust this
team,
dude. So
coach.
this is the guy that won out, and it's the one that you've been going down the
Oh,
stretch with.
no.
Yeah.
You give him the shot in the 3rd quarter. In the 4th quarter, I'm with you. Go ahead. Riverboat Dan, 4th quarter. But in the 3rd, when you up, I think they were up 10, kick the field goal.
I see Andrew Joyner. I'm not banking on Saquon in terms of getting the lesser.
He got worse.
Well,
he got
I
better.
give,
best-
hey,
best
you
of
don't.
West
I
End.
give love to Breeze Nation.
No,
Okay,
I
you
give love
guys
to
want to
Breeze
act.
Nation.
Okay, well, my
We
man,
there.
he shouted me
We
out.
love Breeze.
All right. The whole point was that if I get Saquon with Saquon numbers from a couple years ago, that's what I want. If I'm not getting that, I don't want it. Thank you.
I'm doing a whole show. Doing a whole show.
It cut everybody's mics
Hey
off
man,
now.
I appreciate y'all for tuning in to Show Love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. I love when we get to sit here and debate like this. Somebody said Rick Smith. Shout out. Speaking of the chat, Rick Smith said Riverboat Ryan got fired for riverboating too.
Look, all I gotta say is
That's a
this.
good comment. Oh, little new Impose We Trust logo on that one.
Working on that one right there.
Impose We Trust. The fact that he's licking his lips kills me.
That's
every
all I
time,
can find at the moment.
Kills me every time.
Little Spice Adams action now.
Hey, he be hitting these mugs with the.
Oh.
Yeah, man. What y'all want for that first pay? You trying to give me
Where
eight?
it come from?
How we feel? Yeah.
He be Birdman hands in him on the phone call.
Take 8.
What you want for that first pick, girl? Yeah, I mean.
Hey man, look man. Hey, say look man. Go ahead and give me that first pick. I give you a cheeseburger. It's gonna be all right. Be all good.
Hey.
Hey, man. We appreciate y'all for
That was a
tuning in
good
and
one.
showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. As y'all know, the insanity does not stop. We'll be back tomorrow, same bat time, same bat station. For the man, the myth, the legend, Ringo J, formerly known as Stefan Adon. I said it backwards. Don't worry about it. Super producer Joel Holt, C-Dub in the back, of course. In the cut, Drew. We got Jay in the cut, so he got to be in the cut, Drew.
Yeah,
We got Jay in the cut. He got to be in the cut.
Hey,
Drew.
In the cut, Drew,
And of
make it
course,
do what it do.
Drew in the cut. He
The
got
man-
the cutty.
no, we got.
He got a cutty.
Oh, he might
Drew
not
in the
be,
cut.
Jay might not be in the cut no more. He actually got a cut.
I got a cut.
And of course, the
Gucci,
host
leave
of the
us
Chicago
alone.
Bear Breeze and the ATS report, Jordan JC. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down. Peace.
Bear down.
Don't start singing.
Chicago
Stop.
Bear.